Thanks, Martin. This is the Rees, Richards and Partners Land Agents Handicap Chase. Ross Carhill, Sam Twiston Davis in white with blue epaulets, red spots on sleeves and a royal blue cap, followed down by Madaket and Callum Pritchard in purple with a yellow stripe, and Pat's Fancy under Jamie Brace in red with a royal blue triple diamond. Support Act is ridden by Kevin Brogan. Royal blue, red hoops, red sleeves, blue stars, white cap. Pimlico Point, Connor O'Farrell. Yellow, purple star and sleeves, yellow armlets. Better Off Alone. James Best, red and white stripes, light blue sleeves. And then Sporting Ace, Jack Quinlan, in black with large red spots, armlets and cap. House of Stories, Ben Jones in the orange to purple fade, white sleeves. Next down is 14 Stellar Stream and Ben Godfrey, light blue with a royal blue star. Bells of Peterborough, Sean Bowen in yellow with a light green stripe and halved sleeves. Holokia and James Bowen in red with a yellow diamond, spots on sleeves. Diol Kerr, Connor Ring, beige with a black hoop, armlets and cap. Fern O'Brien rides Lilting Verse. Purple, white star, white sleeves, purple armlets. 13 Dazzle Like This is the non-runner. A field of 13 will contest the Rees, Richards and Partners Land Agents Handicap Chase. Race 4 due off at 2:58. Five to four, Ross Carhill. 6 to 1, Madaket. Same price, Holokia. 10 to 1, Lilting Verse. 12 House of Stories, Stellar Stream. 14 Pimlico Point. 16 to 1, Bells of Peterborough. Support Act in from 20s. 22 to 1, Better Off Alone, 33's taken, 25 Pat's Fancy, 28 Sporting Ace, 80 to 1, Diol Kerr. Post. Starter about to call them in. Flags are raised. Thanks, Sean. Here we go. They're off. Just shy of 3 1/4 miles for the Rees, Richards and Partners Land Agents Handicap Chase. Better Off Alone and Ross Carhill are upsides at the first fence. We very nearly lose Support Act on the inside, but Kevin Brogan made light of the gelding's mistake, and they race handily on the inside as Better Off Alone leads Ross Carhill into the first turn. Sporting Ace settles prominently, and then Support Act on the inside of Pat's Fancy. Pimlico Point rounding out the leading half dozen, followed around the turn by Madaket. Madaket is racing just in advance of Bells of Peterborough and Stellar Stream, and then Lilting Verse and House of Stories. Diol Kerr and Holokia is racing in the last pair with a rather awkward tail carriage at present, as Better Off Alone leads Ross Carhill over the second fence, first on the back straight. Over in third was Sporting Ace, as they close in on another plain one. Number 3, Better Off Alone from Ross Carhill, and then Sporting Ace, Pimlico Point on the outside of Support Act. Pat's Fancy next, jumping the open ditch on the back straight. Holokia and Diol Kerr were the last two to clear it. They're well strung out. 2 more plain fences to jump down the back. This is number 5, Better Off Alone from Ross Carhill, with Sporting Ace racing third ahead of Pimlico Point, Pat's Fancy, Support Act, Madiket and Lilting Verse as they jump the final fence down the back straight on the first circuit. Diol Kerr was the last to clear it. Holokia is one from last. House of Stories in the final trio and Stellar Stream in the last quartet. So Better Off Alone leads them left-handed out of the back with Roscarhill just over a length down in second. Sporting Ace and Pimlico Point are third and fourth. Then follows Support Act as they approach the turn into the home straight. Support Act is followed around the bend by Lilting Verse and Madiket as Better Off Alone leads them to the first up the straight, fence number 7. Roscarhill a close second. Pimlico Point and Sporting Ace are third and fourth, then Support Act and Pat's Fancy. After those races, Madiket and Lilting Verse and Bells of Peterborough. And then the last quartet as they come over the open ditch in the home straight, where Roscarhill made a mistake and lost his hind legs on landing. The last quartet, A House of Stories, Holokia, Patiently Ridden, Stellar Stream and Diol Kerr. That mistake hasn't stopped Roscarhill. He remains a close second behind Better Off Alone at the end of a circuit, with Pimlico Point racing a close third in front of Sporting Ace, Pat's Fancy, Madiket and Support Act, jumping the fence that will be the last in the circuit's time. They are all still standing. There's 15 lengths front to back. Diol Kerr, who is struggling, is the back marker. Stellar Stream in front of him, as Better Off Alone leads them out into the country, with Roscarhill a close second, just a length down. Pimlico Point is on the inside in third, then Pat's Fancy, racing an advance of Sporting Ace and Support Act. Madiket is behind those as they prepare to level off into the back straight. Behind Madiket races Lilting Verse, then Bells of Peterborough, House of Stories, Holokia, Stellar Stream, and finally Diol Kerr. So running to the first on the back straight, this will be fence number 11. It's Better Off Alone who leads into it from Roscarhill a couple of lengths down in second. Pimlico Point is third as the leader starts to break clear, jumping the second down the back. Better Off Alone took it 5 clear of Roscarhill, with the others getting well strung out in behind. Pimlico Point is upsides Roscarhill, then Pat's Fancy, Madiket as they jump the ditch in the back straight, which the leader rather stuttered into and lost a good bit of his advantage. They now have 2 plain fences down the back straight to jump. 6 from home, Better Off Alone from Roscarhill, Pimlico Point, Pat's Fancy on the outside, then Madiket coming into it on the inner from Lilting Verse and Support Act as they jump the last in the back straight. Better Off Alone is 3 clear once again. Diol Kerr has jumped it, tailed off last. House of Stories is labouring, and so too is Bells of Peterborough. Stellar Stream remains in the final quartet, and Sporting Ace is beginning to check out in front of those, and Roscarhill is stopping to nothing as they leave the back straight behind them. So it's Better Off Alone who will lead them back towards the fences up the home straight from Pat's Fancy, Pimlico Point, Madiket and Lilting Verse. They've got a few lengths on Support Act and Holokia, who is making significant progress towards the leaders. Roscarhill has been pulled up at the top of the straight, and long-time leader Better Off Alone has been joined at the 4th last by Pimlico Point. Pat's Fancy and Holokia on the outside move up to join the leaders as they run down to the final open ditch 3 out, and James Bowen says go on Holokia, who immediately goes clear. Jump the final ditch 3 clear. Madiket, Pimlico Point, Lilting Verse and Pat's Fancy are in pursuit, and they're clear of Support Act at the second last. Holokia landed 3 lengths clear to Lilting Verse and Madiket. Pat's Fancy behind those. Pimlico Point is weakening in 5th. It's Holokia with a 3-length advantage on Lilting Verse as they jump the last. Holokia out over it safely, maintaining his clear advantage over Lilting Verse, who in turn has got the better of Madiket on the run up to the line. Holokia, 50 up for James Bowen, has beaten Lilting Verse, Madiket, Pat's Fancy, Pimlico Point, Support Act and Bells of Peterborough.